you, and thank you for joining the events live demo. Today, we'll be diving into how to accelerate your S2 result with strategic event management. As we venture into the second semester of 2023, brands are faced with a multitude of challenges on the horizon, from increasing expenses to an economic downturn, not to mention mounting concerns about global politics and interest rates. However, amidst this backdrop of uncertainty, there are abundant strategies available for brands to maintain a competitive edge. With September just around the corner, signaling the start of fashion shows and in-store events, it's the perfect moment for brands to optimize their approach to strategic event management. Hi, I'm Charlotte from the business marketing team here at Launchmetrics, and I will be your host today. And joining me is our customer success expert, Lisa.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. As Charlotte mentioned, my name is Lisa. I'm Italian, I'm based out of Milan. I work as customer success manager, which means I work with brand and agencies in Italy to make sure I help them make their processes, especially when it comes to event efficiencies, as sample management, more efficient, thanks to the Launchmetrics solutions. Thank you, Charlotte.
Yeah, together we will be providing you with all the information you need to enhance your event planning and execution. Throughout the demo, as she said, Lisa will walk you through the various features and functionalities of our platform, giving you a comprehensive understanding of its capabilities. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to drop them in the chat. We will address them at the end of the demo. So looking at our agenda today, we'll start with a brief introduction to Launchmetrics, our company, and our mission to empower fashion, lifestyle, and beauty brands with our cutting-edge solutions. Then I'll touch upon our main topic, how to accelerate your S2 result with strategic event management. I'll explore the challenges faced today by brands and the strategies to maintain that competitive edge. Not to forget how our events platform can help you optimize your event organization to be more efficient. I would also like to share a success story that showcases how Vogue effectively utilized our tool to deliver a highly successful event and implement winning event planning strategy. This example will provide you with valuable insights into Vogue's achievements. Then, of course, the core of today's session, the live demo of our event solution. Lisa will show you firsthand how Launchmetrics events can streamline your event management process and deliver exceptional results. Lastly, towards the end of the demo, we'll open the floor for questions. Once again, please feel free to type your questions in the chat and we'll do our best to address them all. In this post-pandemic era, there has been a significant shift. There has been a significant shift, from the way things were done before to the way things are done now. Brands now have a great opportunity to understand and evaluate the true value of the brand. It's crucial to measure brand equity. In this digital age, return on investment and efficiency have taken precedence in many strategies, leading to a focus on performance marketing. However, brands cannot overlook the importance of brand building activities like fashion shows, events, and influencer collaborations. These activities create a vital connection and relatability with consumers, even though they may seem intangible. It's not a matter of choosing between performance marketing and brand building. Both are important. Striking a balance between the two is key. At Launchmetrics, we actually emphasize the intersection between performance marketing and brand building, which we call brand performance. Brand performance combines the aspects of both disciplines. With over 1,000 customers globally in the fashion, lifestyle, and beauty sectors, including renowned brands like Dior, Fendi, Burberry, Net-a-Porter, Shiseido, The North Face, Adidas, and many others, we don't see ourselves as just vendors to these brands. We consider ourselves a true partner to the industry. Our data and insights give us an authoritative perspective on the industry, making us an invaluable collaborator. We work closely with fashion councils, social media platforms, consultancies, and trade shows, establishing a strong presence. So what sets our voice apart in terms of marketing attribution and measuring brand performance is actually our exclusive metric called Media Impact Value. MIV, for short, simplifies brand performance by assigning a monetary value to every post, interaction, and article. This means that each action, activity, and campaign can be compared on a level playing field across different voices, channels, and markets. It helps our customer brands understand what marketing efforts are effective and what needs improvement. In addition to the MIV algorithm, we adopt a unique voice-centric approach that identifies 5 influential voices in a customer's path to purchase: celebrities, influencers, media, owned media, and partners. This approach allows us to showcase which marketing activities generate value and how attribution evolves and changes over time. So how do we assist brands in improving their brand performance? At Launchmetrics, we offer the Brand Performance Cloud, which comprises a suite of software and valuable data. This powerful tool equips companies with necessary resources to execute impactful brand amplification programs and effectively measure their brand performance. Our approach has two main aspects. Firstly, we help companies digitize their internal processes and optimize their resources, streamlining and enhancing existing operations. This digital transformation allows brands to operate with greater efficiency and effectiveness. Secondly, we also assist companies in leveraging data and insights to track their marketing activities. This enables comprehensive evaluation of campaign performance, both internally and also in comparison to competitors. Armed with this invaluable information, brands can make strategic and efficient decisions for their future endeavors. And now we're here to present one of our key launch solutions, events. With Launchmetrics events, you'll have the ability to create, share, and measure unforgettable events. It's the first live digital events management solution specifically designed for the fashion, lifestyle, and beauty industry. So deep diving into the world of event management, exploring the pain points faced by fashion and luxury brands today as they navigate the ever-changing landscape. These companies rebound from the adverse impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now presented with new exciting opportunities arising from the digital revolution of the metaverse and Web3, offering unparalleled prospects for companies to showcase their innovation and disrupt traditional norms. The fashion show, as we have known it, has undergone a remarkable transformation. Almost every show has embraced a hybrid format, seamlessly integrating the digital realm into the very essence of the event. No longer an afterthought, the digital component is now an integral part of the show's conception. Brands now are doubling down on creativity to craft unique experiences for viewers, regardless of their location. Fashion shows have long held a special place as grand spectacles in the fashion industry, where editors, buyers, stylists, designers, and influencers all converge at fashion weeks worldwide to witness new collections, network, and revel in the glamour and perseverance of the fashion world. These events possess a power that surpasses the reach of mere social media posts. However, that realm of event management brings its own set of challenges. Today, we address 3 critical pain points faced by event planners and offer practical solutions to overcome them. Firstly, time, or should I say shorter lead times, have just become the norm, making impeccable execution a significant challenge. To tackle this, leveraging event automation tools streamlines event organization. You can easily import guest lists, create personalized invitations in seconds, build flexible seating charts, and even email seat assignments with ease. You can even save invitee preferences for future events to ensure a smooth planning process. Secondly, attendee management is another concern for event planners, involving tracking registrations and check-ins and gathering feedback. Streamlining these processes is possible with an event management software. You can receive real-time RSVPs, enable guests to check in using their own smartphones or RFID embedded invites, and send customized welcome emails upon arrival. Lastly, event data collection and analysis are essential in the age of event tech. Effective analysis and access to comprehensive data can be challenging. Evaluate the success of in-person events using metrics such as RSVPs, attendance figures, and confirmations. But for digital or live-streamed formats, you can also measure average attendance and event duration. You can even discover how to measure the ROI of all your events with media impact value as your reference metrics. These pain points in event management can be simplified through proper planning and, of course, the right tools. So before jumping into the demo, I'd like to share a success story. Last year, we had the incredible opportunity to partner with Vogue and dive deep into the exciting world of digitizing event management while preserving that luxury and personal touch. We unraveled the secrets behind cultivating meaningful relationships and orchestrating major fashion events like the iconic Met Gala, both online and offline. In the ever-changing landscape of hybrid events, we looked over how to avoid the pitfall of replicating the physical world in the virtual realm. Instead, we encourage brands to embrace the symbiotic relationship between the two. where creativity flourishes and content sharing becomes an art form. We address the challenge of breathing life into virtual collections without the constraints of physical reality, paving the way for endless possibilities and unforgettable experiences. So let's take a moment to look at Vogue's performance in terms of events. During their first live editorial show commemorating their remarkable 130-year journey, Vogue leveraged the influential voices of industry icons such as Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, and Serena Williams. And overall, the Vogue show generated an outstanding 32 million in media impact value. And through their strategic use of owned media, particularly captivating Instagram Reels, Vogue accumulated 25 million in MIV. With media coverage accounting for over 78%, Vogue US took center stage, commanding $12 million in MIV across 281 placements, followed closely by Vogue Runway, securing an additional $1.6 million across 117 placements. These accolades firmly centered Vogue's place atop the prestigious New York Fashion Week runway ranking. So organizing events is also a huge investment for brands. According to Statista, 21 to 50% of the marketing budget is assigned to events. So I would like to highlight a few statistics that I believe truly accentuate the relevance of using the Launchmetrics events platform today. We've reported a 200% increase in event management efficiency from our customer brands. More than 6,000 industry events use our platform every year. And lastly, 85% of fashion shows in Paris, Milan, New York, and London use events. So overall, whether you're using Launchmetrics events or another digital solution, embracing a digital event management software, prioritizing personalization, and understanding the dynamics of hybrid events are essential for staying at the forefront of the industry. By using the right tools and strategies, you can digitize event management without sacrificing that luxury and personal touch that are synonymous with your brand. Now for the main act, I'll let Lisa highlight the key features of our events platform.
Thank you, Charlotte, and for what you shared. That was very, very interesting. So I'm sharing now my screen. All right. So welcome to our event solution. So why did I open this first page? Because this is our landing page of our events platform, but also is where your event creation process will start. So you're very step one. So from your events manager is where we'll look for, search for your events that are active, that to check if there's still some missing action that you need to take, but also look for information of your past events. But as I said before, is where the magic starts. So where is our step one of our event process creation is where we are going to create our new events that either be in person, digital, hybrid, say either in person and digital. Today focus is going to be our in-person event, but just wanted to mention that Launchmetric Event Solution also allows you to create digital events, which is creation of very exclusive environment, because you're going to share access only with a dedicated list of people, of invitees, where you will be sharing either recorded material or inviting them to live streams. But today we're going to focus on in-person event. So once I'm creating my in-person event, that's the page that is going to happen. Why I've opened this page, because throughout all my demo, you'll see how the system, the solution wants to help you to really have a smooth experience in the creation of your event, making sure that you take all the key relevant steps, that you include all your key relevant information, both for your invitees, so your external invitees, information that you need to share with them, but also for a smoothness collaboration internally. So all those information that you must share with your teams that are working with you, your colleagues that are working with you on your event. So just a few information to cover, so which is the event's name, which is the event start date. Something that I really like about this is the fact that when we don't have a seated event, so it can be like a walk through, I don't know, our exposition or like press days. We know press days usually are not seated event and they last more than one day. We can have the possibility to do multi-days event. And for each day, you can have a different event configuration. So configuring different time, start time, and how many BTs are allowed for each day. So you can personalize that a little bit. But let's pretend that I'm having this presentation with you today, face-to-face on site. So to me, it's going to be a seated event. It's going to be tomorrow. And it's going to be in the morning because together with my events presentation, I'm also offering you breakfast. So which is the location that I need to share with my invitees. In this case specifically, it's going to be in our launch metro location in Milan. Also the location, the more you use them, they're going to be saved in the system. But of course, as Charlotte mentioned before, we are always in a rush when creating our events. So you can create them right away on spot if you don't find them. Which is the email of the event. So the email that your invitees can contact you if they have any question, anything that you need to communicate with you. But something that I said before, this system is not just for external communication, but also to make sure you have a smooth experience when communicating internally. In this case specifically, I'm communicating to my team members, to my colleagues, which is the maximum capacity of my venue. So to make sure they don't invite more people than the one that we actually can host. Just a couple of few other key features that I really like is the fact that you can already set information that you will need to interact with your invitees. For example, it's key for you to get a confirmation either if they're coming or not by a given date. And so you can put RSVP notes when sending your mailing, or I'm serving food and drink and say it's better to make sure that I am aware of any food preference that my invitees might wants to communicate. Last but not least, what I really like is the notify with SVP changes after. So we all know, especially on fashion shows, it's key to have those first rows filled. We have people. So I really want to make sure that my seating are allocated in the best way possible. And we all know that usually the seating have always last minute changes. So I wanted to make sure that I receive any notification that is either yes or no. So my invitees are changing their mind about coming to my event a few days before. So I can reallocate and the system can notify me about those changes. Here we have our GPS radar information. Just one word about GPS radar, because it's something that you maybe will see throughout my presentation. So GPS Radar is a fashion community that connects brands with more than 40,000 among professionals of the fashion industry. So we have editors, buyers, influencers, press people. So the brands are here allowed to share any updates regarding the products, events, launches, and everything that they feel like is relevant for the industry to know. All right, so I have created my event. And here I have created a couple for these demo purposes, just also to show you that from a small presentation that I'm hosting in my office in Milan, I can build up to very, very large scale event like a fashion show. So here I have, this is out of creativity. I am preparing for my fashion show, the New York Fashion Week, happening end of next month. But this is just to show you, really there is no size limit, really you can create any type of event that you like. All right, so I've created my event. What's the next step? The system really wants to guide you to make sure you follow every step of your event creation. So the second step might be to decide who are my invitees. So from this page, here's the invitees manager is where we're gonna manage my invitees in terms of making sure that I have uploaded all the list of invitees that I want to invite, but also their information about RSVP or any relevant key information that I need to best manage them is in the system. And how do I upload my invitees here? We have two main ways. The first one is adding, you see, adding from contacts, not spending too much on this, but so you know that our event solution comes from integrated with our contact solution, which is a database in which you can store what we call our permanent contacts. Are those people that we do a lot of activity always is key for us to have them in our database, that the information are always up to date because we send them always samples, gift, or they cannot miss our events. And so we have this dedicated contacts database from which you can pick your invitees list, for example. Or we all know we maybe are in a rush, and also maybe this event is global. So there are many teams working on it. So we really need to find also a consistent way across regions, across teams to upload my invitees. I can do an import from Excel. So this is how the Excel will look like very quickly. What I like about these Excels I shared before is a channel, a way to make sure that your invitees information are uploaded in the platform in a consistent way. So you make it mandatory for your team members, for your colleagues, that they make sure, for example, that the invitees, there is the first name, last name, the email, or you can already decide before importing your invitees whether you want them to have a seat or they will be standing, for example. So I really see the benefit of this Excel because you can just share this template across teams, across region, and have a consistent way of uploading your events, invitees information. All right. So I have my list of invitees here. And here you have a set of fields and a set of filters that really help you to look for specific invitees or make sure that you have everything under control in terms of activities that you still need to do with your invitees. For example, I have decided to send RSVP invitation email through our Launch Metrics mailing solution that I'll show you in a second. And here the system really is telling me, okay, this person, you haven't set yet your invitation email, so I'll make sure to include her in my mailing. Or for example, this person, I know she is already coming because I know it from other channels, either, I don't know, messages, WhatsApp, or their mailing, or because I really know well that person, so she told me in person. So I know she's coming, but maybe I can send her like the email with the seating. So really the system allows you either to look for specific information or to make sure those key relative information are here that are well displayed for you. And these views are all customizable. So something that can be relevant for you might not be relevant for another colleague. Maybe they don't want to see the mail, they can remove it. Just one example to show you. I want to send a little small gift to my VIPs, invitees before the event. And I have to make sure that I have their address. So maybe their hotel address they are staying before my event. So I can look for those VIPs with missing address information. So it really makes it smooth for me to look for those specific people that I need to take actions on. All right, so I've created my events. I know who to invite, and I already started saying if they're coming or not. Is it time for me to send either save the days, RSVP, or any mailing that I need to share with my invitees? So I'll go to events mailing. That's where you will create your customizable mailing, either there an invitation, city details, follow-up. The system gives you a few examples. So it can be the invitation, as we have seen before in the list. It can be a follow-up because you set a date for RSVP that haven't got back to you yet. Seating details, or it can be really custom. Just making up an invitation as an example. So very, very quickly, you see who's sending this email, who they can reply to. Usually that's the same email we have input at the very beginning of our event creation, any attachment that I will need to share with them. And then the template. We have a few set of templates for every type of mailing that you will need to create. And the blank one is really blank, so you will need to create it from scratch. Or you can take one of our example, but still make it yours, make it customizable. So you can change the colors, you can change the fonts, you can add images, your social medias. Or for example, all the sweet formulas you see here means we are picking those informations for you, so making automated about the event name, about your invitees data. For example, in this case, I'm inviting myself. That will be here, my name and surname. I don't like that the surname is displayed. I can make it mine. So I will say, dear Lisa, when she will receive the invitation. Also, I know that there will have a lot of activities on social media. So I'm adding it. Also, I have an hashtag of my event, but I am mainly working on Instagram. So no need to share Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. All right, so I really like my mailing. It's time for pick my recipient. I'm just adding myself for this demo purposes. Okay. All right, so preview and send. As you can see, you didn't have to input any information. The system already read for you, which is the name of the event, which is the name of your recipient. Here you will see always the first of the list. And you also can send tasks to you to make sure everything works, from links to your social media, anything, you can send you a test. You're ready to go. Of course, this is something you can always change, like you don't like the fact that we pick the name because we want to use other graphics or creative stuff like GIFs or anything else that your creative team has built for you. Of course, you can customize this invitation. All right, so I have already set myself a couple just to show up. This is my invitation that I have received via email. And here I have my RSVP. And say this is how it will look like in this example, my RSVP section for my invitees. So everything they are going to input here, say either their RSVP response or any information that they want to share with me, something that I'm going to see in my invitees manager. So the information are always updated live. Okay. So now I've sent my RSVP, okay? So I know from my invitees manager who said yes and who said no. And I can start thinking about my seating. So this event specifically is a seated event, and we are ready to create our chart and to allocate our seats. Before going into that, just one information, also here to make it very easy and quick for you, the seating creation. The system allows you to create before the event, even months before, when you want a template. For example, I am always having the same seat disposition when it comes to my internal events, so like in the office, for example, because I really like the disposition. I think it's the most efficient one. So I can create a template and simply pick it from the system. So you need any time to recreate a chart from zero. This is how we will be sitting if we were meeting together today, face to face. So that would be on stage and you will be sitting at our tables. This is our check-in entrance. So you can really make it yours in terms of shapes, in terms of colors, anything you like. Or I'm always using the same venue when it comes to my fashion shows. And so I have created my venue. Of course, this is not fixed. You can always modify it. You can change. It's really flexible. All right, so I have already choose for my event. I am now switching to my New York fashion show, just to show you that I have a couple, I've already allocated a few seats. And why you see different colors? Because the system allows you to edit colors according to the category of your invitee. So we have seen before, I had a few categories like VIPs, influencer, press, clients. You can really customize your colors according to the category. So for example, you want a few teams to work only on VIPs, they'll know all the invitees will have like this blue light. Also here, the allocation is very, very easy. You will just need to click on the seat, pick the person. Yeah, this one was already allocated and it will show here. Or you see, oh no, this person must be on at least second row. I can just move it here. So it's very, very easy to use, very flexible. As I said, the fact that you can create a section, you can use different colors. You always help how the organization between teams on how to best manage your invitee seating. So yeah, I think I went through most all of the steps of my events creation. So we created the event. I have my invitees list. I have sent them the RSVP invitation. I have created a chart, I look at the seat. Okay, maybe it's time to communicate them their seating. So if you remember, there was our events mailing. And I have created for them like already events. Let me go back to this one. Great, invitees mailing. There was already here an example of the seating details. I'll just show you the email how it look like. So I know where this person is going to stand. In my case specifically, I've just assigned myself a priority standing. And then I have decided that the check-in, we will show you in a second, will be managed through the scanning of QR code. So when communicating them, they're sitting, and all the final information about the venues, about the location, about the event itself, I'm also sharing with them the QR code, and they also can add it to the Apple Wallet. So it's very convenient. And as of today, it's really, really used a lot. All right. So I think I'm good to go, but before moving into the check-in side, so to pretend that it's the day of my event, just to show you that the system also really wants to make sure that those digital invitations are actually sent to your invitees. So here as you see, I have the successful deliveries. So in my case, I just sent it to myself. It's going to always 100%, so very, very successful. But of course, you can dive deep into, if you have any mistake, like, I don't know, 98%, who is those 2% of your invitees that didn't receive the invitation? So to make sure that everyone is really receiving their invitation with any details that you want to share with them. All right, so just to conclude, and then we go to the check-in. All the information about RSVP, seating, of course, you can always find in them your invitees manager. So I have here the fact that they are seated. And of course, in this case specifically, I haven't seated yet these people, but so they don't have a seat assigned. But of course, I can look for them, which one that they have a seat assigned. No one in this event specifically, but you see the system is already telling you how to filter to make sure you have that relevant information ready for those specific invitees. Something that is really interesting to mention here, what type of seating do we have here at the launch project? So what type of definition of seating? So it is just seated. It can be also blacklisted, so you don't really want that person to be able to enter your event. It's courtesy. Courtesy seating is a very important person, and most likely they are not coming to your event, but you want to make sure that if they show up, they have a seat allocated, or they are standing or priority standing as I was before. Let me just go back to the other events so I can show you better. So here we are. Okay, so this is my fashion week. I've already started working on the seats. So here they are, my seats. Okay, so it's the day of the event, and I need to check in. My invitees are arriving to my venue, and I need to check them in. So let's be honest, I don't think many of you will be at the door with their laptop checking their people, checking the invitees. What will happen, you will have like some of your colleagues or an agencies or anyone that you like hire for that event specifically at the door of the event with most likely a device or mobile. This doesn't mean that you cannot check in your invitees from this platform, but we believe that you might be using a device that is easier to use and you can use it by standing at the door. For this, we have developed an app. It's an iOS app, so you can use it for your iPad or iPhones, and you just will need to enter your Launchmetrics site. It works also offline. You will just need to make sure so you don't have the Wi-Fi at the door of the venue. So you just will need to make sure to download your invitees list right before that. And how does it work? We have two types of check-ins. Before going into that, just to show you the event dashboard, this dashboard really updates live if you have connection. So it can tell you really real time how many invitees you have checked in already. Also to understand, if you are on time to start, so maybe like still half of them have not arrived, so you might need to delay a little bit your event if you're ready to go. So the most classical check-in is through like opening your list of invitees and clicking inside the name and checking in them. You can also print on site their seating details if they have forgot the invitation, for example, through a mobile printing. You can also include a picture. So maybe you're working with an agencies or you have very exclusive events and you want to make sure the check-in is like also an exclusive experience. But most likely the people working the check-in might not know those people showing up. You can add also a picture of your invitees. Or you can add guests of their invitees if they are allowed. right on spot, like you can add invitees on spot. All right. So the other way that we can check in our invitees is through our scanning of the barcode. So if it's green, all good, your invitees check in, and this is very, very smooth. It's really literally seconds. The platform, the app will read the QR code, and you have your person checked in. Or because it's like an exclusive event or an exclusive invitation, sorry, if someone by, I don't know, any chance get access to also the QR code and try to enter, the system will tell you if that invitee has already been checked in through the reading, by reading the barcode. But last but not least, there is a third way we really like for checking in your invitees is through the RFID. So RFID is a technology, so you will embed into your physical invitation a tag. It's called RFID tags. And this hardware, these antennas, will read the invitation as it's passed by. Just show you an example. So you see the green light means everything went smooth and your invitee is checked in. And it works really well and makes really, really easy the process of checking your invitees, especially large events. All right, so I have checked in all my invitees. So just to mention one very last information after the check-in, all the information, so when how many people attended and so on, they always be live. So in the invitees manager, if you have a colleague that is working at the laptop, maybe checking up on the situation, we'll always have a live update of what is happening at the front door, either from the iPad or from the laptop. Last but not least, your event has finished, everything went great, and it was very, very easy either to manage the whole event creation process, but also the check-in process. So it was next. You wanted to make sure you understand who came, who attended your event, and maybe if they said yes or no, so whether was the RSVP status, maybe someone said no, but actually at the end they attended. And so we have a series of reporting from here. The most used one is the RSVP report, where it really can show you if they attended, which were the seat, if they said RSVP yes. And maybe, as I said before, you would be interested not just to see who attended, but also which was the RSVP status, just to follow up with them, making sure that they will allow you some time before to make sure they tell you if they're coming next time you invite them. You can also show them just the one who attended, also if their guests attended. And this page, as I said, anything that you will have seen throughout the presentation is customizable. So you can really make your own template of reporting. All right, I feel like I have said plenty of information, and please believe me, yet I haven't covered everything that this solution allows you to do. But yeah, I'm not sure if you have any question.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. I saw that we did have a few questions pop up in the chat, so let me just read them out to you. So firstly, Rose asked, and you actually showed that, but maybe if you can like recover it, is there any way to, can events invitations and send outs be done automatically, and can they be shared and printed into like these physical event charts?
Yeah, so wanted to go back to the platform. So the automation process when it comes to mailing comes in two ways, in the fact that you can always build mailing and take mailings from past events, so you're sure that you can always use your templates, for example, for your mailing, so making very quick in the mailing process. So when it comes to automation, we have also have the possibility to schedule your invitation, so to send the invitation on a given time, a given date that you decide, Or also you can have the option to manage automated emails. These automated emails are emails that really can be sent automatically by the system if they are RSVP yes, if they are RSVP no, or also if they guest RSVP yes, or at the time of the check-in. So I think it's really nice experience when you have your check-in, that your invitees receive an email saying, welcome to our event, and maybe reminding them they're sitting. And all of these automated email, of course, are under your control. I mean that you can decide whether to be automated or not, but also you can really make them yours. They are completely editable.
Amazing. Thanks, Lisa. And there was also a question about security. How does the software ensure protection of sensitive attendee information?
Yeah, so all our solution and launch metrics are GDPR compliant, but also our events can be archived. So if you have finished your events, you can archive it. So you make sure you have archived also your invitees information, and you don't have them live available to anyone to use. You can have it hidden by archiving them.
Great. And there's just one last question, which I think is really important because everyone is really interested in like the return on investment. So how well did the event perform? So by Scarlett, can the software generate real-time reports and analytics? I know you covered it already a little, but maybe you can go through the reporting features again. So she says she wants to be able to track event performance and attendee engagement, for example.
Yeah, this is completely live, both on the app. So through the dashboard of the app, you'll see exactly who is attending, how many people, but also from the RSVP report that we have here, among one of the many reports that we have here in the app, in the solution. You can just see who has marked as attended, so has actually entered your venue and checked in, but also you can show the guests attached to invitees who said who had attended. So by just clicking on attended, you can really filter on them and see where they were sitting, where they are sitting. And also, as I said before, it's really key maybe to see whether they said their RSVP yes or not. But yeah, everything is real time, everything that is happening in your event. So that's really a nice feature to have under control.
Amazing. And there's one last question actually regarding invitations. Can you see when a link has been used? So if someone hasn't been able to like use the link, like can you see like the click,
Yes.
the activity on the emails essentially?
Yes, sorry. So for example, here I sent myself just an example. So you see 100% because it's me, but not only the system will tell you if the mailing was successfully delivered, but also if they open that and if there was any link included that you need to click on that. So this is also a way to make sure to see who they're opening it and to follow up with those invitees. Maybe they have received it but haven't opened, and for you it's really key for them to open your invitation, to open your mailing, because you're sharing with them relevant information.
Great. Thank you so much, Lisa. I think that will be all for questions, and we're already a bit short on time. Thank you everyone for joining this demo on Launchmetrics Events platform. We hope that you found this session insightful and that you gained a deeper understanding of how our platform can accelerate your S2 results through strategic event management. If you have any further questions or would like to explore Launchmetrics events in further details, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to support you and provide tailored solutions for your event management needs. Have an amazing day.